So y'all know next is Hot Topic. So today we actually, I think this was posted yesterday actually. Yeah. And a little post I found in a group, and it says, "What have you learned from being in Facebook groups?" What have you learned from being in Facebook groups? And I mean, they got other topics. I posted in 2 different groups, and then I posted it tonight on my personal page on my Reggie, and there's not a comment. So I thought, hey, this is something we need to discuss because Facebook groups have become part of our lives.
Yes, very much so.
Just as much as Facebook. So I guess I'm gonna go to. I go to Whipper first. We gonna have a good little conversation. It don't even matter who goes first. So with this, what's the first thing that pops into your mind when it adds? What has Facebook groups taught you?
Oh, you saw what I put on there. I'm one of the first commenters on there. I think I put that it's a whole. I think it said something about it's a whole lot of hurt people out there. It's a whole lot of hurt people who like to fake and pretend like they're not hurt, when in actuality the hurt is just like.
Yeah, you actually put. I have a comment. You said. Most people are really bitter / angry and like being bitter / angry.
Yeah, and that's the other part of it is they're perfectly okay with being bitter and angry because they have made that like their persona now. Like they think it's people. A lot of people think that's cute and cool, and under the guise of keeping it real, they're like, I'm just real. No, you're just really angry, ma'am, and so you're really bitter. You need some help.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think most. I don't even know if people like it, but I think it's comfortable. It's being comfortable in it.
Oh yeah.
Because they're not comfortable if they're not.
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy. But some people get comfortable. Yeah. What's your first thought?
My first thought was a lot of folks need a lot of hugs often. I think that was kind of along the lines of what Wynn was saying. My first positive thought, because I agree completely with what Wynn said, was that I met some of my very best friends through Facebook groups. I met both of y'all through Facebook groups, a Facebook group. And some of my very best friends were also in that Facebook group. So since then, I limit my Facebook group activity because it can be so extra. But because there's only so much of that you can take, because it is definitely a lifestyle. Being a part of a Facebook group, you have to move it a little bit different within groups because it's like little. It's social media is already big enough, and there's already so many different ways to be someone you are. But then get into a group that is specific based on a certain thing, usually the title or whatever it is. But within that group, you can find little clicks. Because clicks, that's also something else that we find. They absolutely happen within groups. But the most unlikely people, the people that you would least likely think will click up in a group and be the most, will run a group. You never even expect it. Groups are.
You know what? And then what's funny is what happened is then, which has happened to us, which has happened to us, is that people will then click up, get mad. And then, like they start their own gang, so they want to start their own group now because we're not important enough in your group, so we gonna start our group so we can be. I'm like, this is like fraternities and sororities again,
Yes.
But y'all, it's so many Facebook groups. Can anybody tell me how many Facebook groups you are in? Even people in the audience, people on the live. How many Facebook groups are you in?
Are you in?
Yeah. How many?
Let me go see if
I've counted before. I saw somewhere. I don't know if I counted, but I was like in 90 groups.
That's Jesus Lord.
I don't want to be in 90 groups.
I don't even know. I'm like, I didn't even know I was in these groups.
No, so like I went through and removed because in Facebook groups you get added.
Yeah.
They'll add people to a group. And so I have to go through sometimes remove myself. And I hate to say this, but like I get added to like, it seems like every church group, every pastor preacher group that's ever formed, they put me in. And then they do the same thing in those groups. Like somebody will get mad at somebody because they don't like their theology.
No, they bang in the Christian groups too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this pastor don't like this pastor, so this pastor get the group and be like, if you're not a conservative Christian, then you don't really love God. I'm like, we thugging in Jesus group. It goes down, y'all, in the church groups.
This is serious. This group business is serious. Let's go through some comments.
Yeah.
So the first comment in one group says, boys be talking a lot of crap till you send them an address, and a lot of these weak MFs got way more energy for women than they will ever dare for a man.
Wasn't that Joseph that said that?
Yes, JB.
Maybe said that. I was like, man, he's on it, because it's a whole lot of people out here they get real thuggish.
Yeah.
Until it's time to do. Yeah, I'm like, oh, so you was just talking. Oh, okay. You Facebook gang.
Mm-hmm.
That keyboard gangster. I mean, it's the plague. Don't kill it.
Yep.
Yeah, that was interesting. So let's see. The next comment says people put feelings over facts. That was from Norman. That was yeah. That was a cool little point right there, because people being all they feelings. Hey, I'm a victim of it. I've been in my feelings on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in my feelings over your post. So I get it.
I mean, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think that, I think that people should recognize that's what's happening, because, I think one of the good things about it, if you really pay attention to it, is that you realize what some of your triggers are. Like, I had to learn probably a year ago, like I had to really learn if a religious post walk away.
Yep.
Because even though you want to have discussion with people, in a lot of these instances, people are not coming for a discussion; they're coming for a fight. And you can really give somebody actual facts, and because they don't like you, or they just don't like whatever the topic is. In my case, like I said, I learned that my trigger is religious posts. Like and it was the fact that like my real intent was to give people information.
Yeah.
Information and education, and you're telling me that even though what I'm saying is not something you can refute, you just don't believe it and you just don't care. I'm like, so then why are we having this conversation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you don't care to believe or try to understand, why talk about it?
Yep.
Like if I'm really wanting to know and I want to see what your point is, it may not change my point, but sometimes it might.
Yeah.
I don't mind growing as a person. Somebody else's view.
Yeah, I thought that was the point. Like, I thought the point around discussion was for adults to be able to not, and then I had to realize that there are some people, I speak for dudes, that there are some dudes, and women probably do it too, but I know that there are dudes who doing it just to look good in front of girls.
Yeah.
And you just out here trying to flex.
Let me press this girl by acting a fool on the playground.
Yeah. Well, let me show them how smart I am. Like,
women do it too, though. Women absolutely do it too.
We can get in there and act fool. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Q said we need hugs, big A bear hugs.
Often.
But then often. But then you also said that you met some of your lifelong friends in the groups, me as well. You said you've met people that you'll never get along with.
Yep.
This part. Why is it so hard for us to just let go of people we don't get along with, block them, or don't engage?
I don't know. I think that part I don't understand, because you'll notice when someone has like that. I think that circles back to what Wynn just said about triggers. Yeah. You know that there are certain ways that certain people respond to things that trigger you. There is a way this person communicates that triggers you, regardless if it's their persona or who they really are in real life. When you see this person's name show up, you are immediately sucking your teeth and rolling your eyes. Scroll on. Don't even interact with that person. You know what I'm saying? Like disengage, and then you will notice when people will seek out those people. Rails post drives me crazy. You know, two people have no business having comments with each other,
right?
Especially on certain posts, and you're like, here we go. Stop it.
But y'all, it'll be something so insignificant that it'll just. It's crazy. You're like, how did this blow up? It'll be a post about. It could be a post about politics.
Yep.
They bringing in past relationships and different things, taking dick. I mean, it's funny because what I wonder if a lot of people realize is when you're in these groups and stuff, you form bonds because we know in real life because you can become friends with somebody even on Facebook in real life. So you form these bonds anyway. So it's like you meet people. And if you were in person at work or something like that, you wouldn't be going by that person's office like poking at them. You know what I mean? So we do on Facebook. Like you wouldn't do that in real life. You wouldn't.
Yep. Right.
So if I don't do you, I don't do your posts. I'm not commenting. I'm not liking. I could even want to talk about what you're talking about, but I'm not. I'm gonna scroll right on past it, just to avoid that potential interaction of us going back and forth with each other. Just like if we were in the break room and I hear you and your crew chatting about something, I might have some thoughts on that. You won't hear them in that conversation. No, you have to eavesdrop on my conversation with my little crew because we don't mesh well. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know why we can't do that online.
Facebook groups remind me of the high school lunchroom.
Yes.
When I was in high school, it was like the football players, in our school, the football players and the jocks sat at one table. The smart kids sat at one table. The lame, sat at one table. The nerds sat at one table. Then, when I went to, all the black folks was over here. The Hispanic folks was over here. The people who lived in Beacon Hill and Country Club Hill sat over there. The P-Town people sat over. It was. And that's how Facebook groups can be. Like you get with your clique, and then it turns. You have your mean girls. You have your dude. There are the dudes in there who trying to. So it's the high school lunchroom all over again.
It is so crazy. Nobody can stay away from.
No, because we like drama.
Yeah, look, this was another comment. It's where a lot of people leave their inhibitions at the door until someone they know is added to the group. Have y'all been in a group with somebody you know?
Yep. And I won't add people to groups. I am so stingy with groups. Once I'm in a group and I like a group, I'm not adding anybody else to that group. It will be my little group that I'm holding for myself. And no, you can't come because then I can't say the things I want to say in this group because now this is like my regular page. I don't want everybody on my regular page in my special group. That's the purpose. So no, yeah.
I can't lie to you because I've done it. I'm like, look, I think Kelly, the one group me and you in together, I was like, they done added Kellz. Oh, now I gotta be good. I was like, but Kellz knows I'm ratchet sometimes, so it's okay.
I'm like, I'm probably the person that's gonna give the least.
I know, but I was like, like you said, you enjoy it. I think everybody enjoys a space where they can be. They don't have to be all, and I think that's okay. So I'll be like,
My friends already told me they're talking about I have different personalities for different situations, so I'm probably like 5 different people in these. I said, do I? I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same, but I think I'm probably the least ratchet on my regular page.
Yeah, the Reggie page, you start putting grandparents and the church ladies from the church on there, a couple of co-workers, you got to tone it down a bit. So.
Right. I put up that little funny post I put up there. Somebody was like, "Oh my God, man! Oh God, I can't." I'm like, "It's just a joke, y'all. It's okay. It's just a joke."
I keep your kid. Move on.
Yeah, you can laugh.
If a group gets too big, I'll leave it too. Are y'all that way? Like if a group gets too big, or they start asking for folks to join, bring people. I will move around. No, that usually means drama is ensuing. Drama is coming when folks just start randomly adding people, and it gets too big too fast, because then people don't know what's going on. They don't know the environment, you know, the flow of who's doing what. So they come with a bunch of extra stuff, and then down goes group from that point. You start adding too fast, I'm gonna probably get real quiet. I'll become a lurker real fast. Start growing too fast.
I think I did that too. Now that you mentioned it, I was doing it subconsciously. Like
I don't know these folks. Yeah.
We did the same thing. Okay, so this comment here from Miss Shine, one of the regular posters in Scoop Nation. She says, people forget I know them in real life while perpetrating a fraud on the book. Yeah. We got some perpetrators.
Yeah. I agree. Like I said, I agree. I think I will say though that like you said, I think we also have to remember that for some people, I remember that is the only place they can go and feel like they can be heard.
Yeah.
So I think that's also something, you know, that's probably the good part about it to Sean's post is that, granted, I know you in real life, but I also, you know, I think you don't also know that there are people who are going through some stuff, and sometimes they need a space to get away from their life.
Yeah. And I think sometimes what we forget is sometimes it's just fun. Right. I mean, you're bored. It's fun to be around so many people that you don't really have to get out the house and really, you know, be decent to be. You can't really be yourself. So some people, they may not even know it, but you probably really are being, you don't think you're being your authentic self on Facebook, but you might be. If you spend a lot of time on there. Social media has become, I mean, this is part of our world, like going to work. I mean,
some people don't get online until they do go to work and log off when they get off work. Like that is the time. They coincide with one another.
That's usually 8 hours a day.
Yep.
So, and then like for me, most of the time that when I'm on Facebook, I'm probably only in groups. I don't even, that's why I'm missing everything. I just be in the group. So if it ain't updating with nothing, I'm missing everything on just the regular timeline.
Yeah, I have to remember to share stuff to my regular page a lot of the time. So yeah.
But I mean, for me, I don't think I commented on either one of the posts, but I did mention that that I have met good friends from Facebook. Shoot, I probably wouldn't have been the entrepreneur and linked up the way things align now without Facebook groups. We were all in the Facebook group, MOT. So for those out there listening, that was the first. I know we got that group. We became acquainted and reacquainted. So, hey, they come with drama, but they come with the good. It's like the yin and the yang in Facebook.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you can create a group just think how quickly you can gather people with the same interests just from a Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in being an admin for the Scoop group. You guys know, but I've been added to a Facebook run group for group admins, and there are hundreds of thousands of people, and none of them belong to the same group. So there are hundreds of thousands individual people that are admins of different groups on Facebook from all kinds of random stuff. Pokemon groups where they all go out and catch the Pokemon. You got dog groups. You got people who love corkscrews. You got like random, and these people have thousands and thousands of people. I've got a 60,000 people group, and we talk about dog houses all day. And how do we get more engagement? More engagement about dog houses? Like those types of things are constant conversations in that group. So groups are huge and are connecting people in real ways. Facebook is doing a promo campaign right now. Have y'all seen the ad campaign that Facebook is running on TV right now with the dads? They've got one I know that's got the dads taking their daughters to baseball games, and they've got the little pop-ups. They've got the Facebook post pop-ups where you see the dads taking the little girls to get the jerseys and get their little mitts and their baseball gear so they're ready for the game. And it's the dads and the daughters taking their girls to the games, and they're sharing in the groups of how awesome a time they're having. They're sharing their pictures like, thanks guys, I would have never thought about this. It's a dads with daughters group. And then there's another one, you know, there are other, each commercial is highlighting a different type of group and how it's bringing.
It kind of sound familiar. I don't know, but because I catch the Facebook ads.
They're amazing commercials. Amazing. We can talk a lot about what Facebook is doing as far as politics and stuff, but they know how to promo the hell out of some stuff because these commercials are the they're really, really good. Yeah. They're amping the group thing. So I see a uprising of groups happening because they're like on real TV promoting the adding of groups on Facebook. Yeah.
But what about this comment though that says everybody a prophet and super woke?
True story. And I have been a victim of that. I have done that.
Oh my gosh. The prophet and the woke.
Yep.
Like, that needs to be a book.
Yeah.
A fairy tale to teach kids about the prophets and the woke.
And the woke. That's a title right there. The prophets and the woke. I like that.
That's funny. Yeah, again, I think you know. So I read an article that said that between the hours of 9 o'clock and 5 o'clock are the busiest times on social media.
Believe it.
So and they actually say that it's good for productivity because I remember I read one study that was saying that it's bad because you're losing productivity, but another one said actually no, it's good because people need mental breaks, and so if they take a break and a mental break at their desk and they go on Facebook for 10, 15 minutes, it helps their productivity for the rest of the day because they're able to come back instead of thinking that they got to focus on the same thing all day. So I thought, I'm not surprised at all of the amount of time people spend on them. The fact that Facebook is trying to push more groups because again, it helps engagement, and the more engagement they have, the more they can, charge for ads. So I mean, it's
right.
It's a business model. You know?
It is.
Yeah. I like the groups. I just think like to Q's point, sometimes people just like, I don't know about the whole dog group, but
it's a thing. Search it.
It is. I'm in that same admin group.
Everything. Have you ever just searched like somebody's name or search something by accident in these groups? I'm like, it's a group of
Let me ask you this. What are your thoughts? Because I don't know if you guys saw that Facebook is now starting to Facebook and YouTube are starting to remove groups and content that are like hate groups. So like, certain hate groups, like they're removing them from them. Do you think that that's a good thing or a bad thing? Because on one end, they're saying, listen, if this is a place for groups to be, how do you then tell us that we can't have our group that's 10, 15, 20,000 people, but just because it's something that you don't like or that you think is a hate group, you shouldn't be on it? Do y'all think that that's too much? Do you think that that's something that they should do?
I think it's something. I'm all for everybody having the right to their voice, but I think hate, just like if it was a people forming to kill people, I mean, at some point you have to be socially responsible. That's the whole reason we have rules and standards and expectations for people when it comes to how you act. So, I mean, I'm sure there's some groups that's slipping by, but I'm glad they're taking a stand on it because we need to get back to just trying to do the right thing. It doesn't have to be religious, it doesn't have to be non-religious, it just has for people to be able to do do good.
Social media isn't a right, in my opinion. To answer to that question, social media isn't a right. These platforms, in a way, are privileges. And like Kellz says, you have to be socially responsible at some point. Where is the line? And hate exists in real life. So you don't have to carve out a special place for it to be safe on social media. There are people hate been happening long before social media happened, and the people who want to get together to hate are going to do that. So you do not have to make a space for them to do it and then do it, run rampant and amok amongst people who don't want to hate. So no, I'm good for them, no matter what the hate is.
Right. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. I was going to read a couple more comments before we wrap it up. I can get back to it. Let's see. It says, people are angry on the inside with not enough real outlets to release the immense amounts of foolishness they tend to build up inside. no good deed will go unpunished, and people are nuts.
People are nuts. Very
But
much.
I'm like, what if Facebook is their outlet for anger?
It is clearly.
A lot of people.
I think people, and I agree that people, like I said, they're angry, they're bitter, that we see a lot of issues. I think from what I think that as I've said and thought about it, it sounds like people like you, they just need, people want to be loved.
Mhm.
And it just comes out like we can see that there are just a whole lot of people who just want to be loved and accepted, and this is their place. This is the only place. And just like in any group, like people will find like people.
Yeah.
Just like in a group, all the people who love drama get together. All the church people get together.
Mhm.
All the woke people get together.
Mhm.
All the men who hate women get together. All the women who hate men all the married folks get up and talk about the single people. All
Yeah.
the single people find each other, talk about the married people.
Yeah.
All the real skinny people get together and talk about how they don't think the big people like them. All the big people get together, talk about how all the skinny women. I mean, it's just up. The natural hair sisters get together. The bald brothers get together. The brothers get it's life. It's just like life. The people just want to be loved and accepted and find a place that they belong. I think that's what social media exposes more than anything.
So how do you think we get away from having a Facebook beef? I think you touched on it a little bit earlier about people get mad that they start another group, but that's probably why there are so many groups, because people are in all this group, there's 100,000 people on there. Somebody said something, they have to start having rules because it's too much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a group that I used to be kind of active in. That one was like 19,000 people.
19.
Yeah, it was just ridiculous. But I mean, it was with 19,000 people. It was probably about 500 people that were active. But that's still that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can stop that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we want to. I mean, I think you want to give people. I think when it comes to something like social media, I think it hurts because if it's a business. So like our group is a business. I think it's on us to keep people engaged.
Right.
But if you're just really out there just having having fun or whatever, then I mean, I don't think you can stop that, because like people gonna go, Halima, yes you do. She's talking about I don't have a click. Yes you do. You do. Let somebody put up something with Zeta, and all y'all just flock together.
Yeah.
Right. That's your one click. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. I mean, like I said, I had tons of comments. I don't know, for some reason all of them weren't popping up in the different groups, but I know I had about 80 comments on I know on 2 of the same post. So people have a lot to say about groups. They needed to come out here and say it, but I think with the whole beefing situation and things like that, even if you fall out with somebody, it's too easy to just leave them alone. You didn't know them before you got in the group.
Right.
Some of them still ain't met that you done fell out with. So go on about your other group. Let it go.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the hot topic segment for tonight. It is brought to you by Curvy Kitten Clothing, where self-reflection is perfection. Remember that. Curvy Kitten is a movement for women to love their curves